Hello and welcome to Ingles Table. I'm Scott Culpepper, and today I'm going to show you how to make my crab stuffed salmon. I got everything I need from my local Ingles, so let's get started. First of all, we're going to make the stuffing for the crab, and I have a container of baby spinach. It doesn't matter, the stem's on, that's fine. I'm going to take about the equivalent of a cup's worth. I'm just going to finely chop it up. Doesn't have to be super fine, but you want it to be in smaller than bite-sized pieces. So, and as you can see, as you chop it down, you're going to get that equivalent of about a cup. So, to that, I have an 8-ounce container of crab meat. You can use shrimp. Crab works best. I think the flavor is better. I'm going to add the spinach to the crab. And then I have some sun-dried tomatoes. I have about a cup of shredded or grated Parmesan cheese. And then I have about a teaspoon here of paprika. And we're just going to combine all of this together. Just mix it up. It's going to feel a little bit dry, but that's okay. So when you stuff it in the salmon and it cooks, the cheese is going to melt. It's going to combine everything nicely. So, all right, so we'll set that aside. And next, I'm going to fillet the salmon. And to do that, I'm going to trim it first, and this small edge back here, I'm going to slice it completely off, but keep that. You're going to use that in a little bit. And to fillet the salmon, I'm going to cut right down the middle, about halfway down. And then to open it up, I'm just going to cut towards the end of each side of the salmon. We're essentially butterflying this. We're going to do this to both sides. You want to go almost to the edge, but not all the way. So you can have it so it'll lay open like that. Once you get that first side open, the other side's easier because you have that room to work with. Like I said, don't go all the way to the side or the end, but just enough so we can open it all up. And then there we go. So next, we're going to take the filling and we're going to lay it right down the center of the salmon. And we're going to use all of it. So don't think you're putting too much in. You'll see why, because once it bakes down and bakes through. This is a super light dish. All right, so there's all of our filling. And we're just going to kind of pat that down nicely so it's firm. Close up the salmon. And then that piece that we wanted to hang on to, we're going to treat it like a lid and put it right there on the top. So before we bake it, I've combined equal parts of teriyaki sauce and sweet chili sauce. We're just going to mix that together, and then we're going to glaze over the top of the salmon before cooking it. Doesn't have to be super thick. We're just going to get that nice caramelization on the outside. And then you're going to want to keep the rest of the glaze, because about halfway through you'll glaze it once more, and then you'll finish it at the end with some more of the glaze. Just going to pick up that fillet, place it on a parchment-lined baking dish, and then we're going to put it in the oven at 425 to 18 to 22 minutes, depending on your oven, but check it moderately at about 15 minutes in. So we want the salmon to be nice and pink when finished. So put this in the oven, and when it's ready, we'll come back and finish the dish. All right, our salmon's done. Couple more last steps. We're gonna take some more of that glaze and just paint generously over the top of the finished dish. There we go. And then I'm going to just garnish with a little bit of toasted sesame seeds. You could garnish it with green onions are great, chives are great, or nothing at all. But there we are. Thank you for trying my crab stuffed salmon. Be sure to check out the rest of the amazing recipes that can be found right here on the website. I'll see you next time.